You can change it any time you want. We get so trapped into thinking there's no way out. Not, that this is all there is. When you realize how powerful your mind is, you can create anything you want. This is the goal, the main thing of being alive is learning how to create. Well, I've been working in the UFO field for so long that I feel I understand the ETs better than most people. And I know their motives, I know why they're here, I know what they're doing, and to me they're wonderful, gentle people. That's why I've never found any that have been negative. I've found many different types of beings, but they've told me they are forbidden to harm a human being. There are councils over the laws and regulations, and they're not allowed to. And once you understand the reasons they're coming, there's nothing to be frightened about at all. But the movies and the TV like to create that fear. And fear is the strongest emotion that a human has. If they're afraid of something, they don't understand it, they're afraid of it. And that's why they think it has to be something bad, because they don't understand it. Once you understand it, anything becomes clear. I said, why would this happen? And they said, often when people have a sighting, they think nothing else has happened and there is no abductions, but they said just sighting is enough. We have to stop their world for a fraction of a second, get their attention and stop their world. And I said, but people, we have to get their guard down. And I said, but people don't have their guard up all the time. And they said, yes, they do. So we have to stop their world by something to get their attention. And I said, well, what happens then? And they said, then the information is inserted. Now, I don't know if you heard this or not, but I get letters from all over the world, people saying they're getting information put into their minds. Some of them say, one man said he was laying on a couch and a beam of light was coming through the window full of geometric symbols. And these were flooding into his mind. Often it's not information as
o únosech mimozemšťany běžných lidí a může to být i ve spánku, může to být dokonce i v bdělém stavu. Nutno říct, že ty únosy se nedějí proto, aby ti mimozemšťané nebo ty vyšší bytosti ty naše pozemšťany nějakým způsobem poškozovali, ale vždycky se to děje za účelem léčení nebo vzdělávání. Takže někdy je prostě potřeba přenést jenom to energetické tělo, někdy je potřeba přenést i to fyzické tělo. Je tam krásně popisováno, jakým způsobem to ten člověk vnímá v tom somnambulickém stavu, když to vlastně právě prožívá, jak ho přenášejí, jak vlastně prochází tou hmotou, jak rozložili úplně její fyzické tělo na částice, jaký to byl jako zážitek a potom vlastně popisovala, jak ji zpátky skládali. V úvodu Dolores Cannon píše, chcete-li si přečíst Spletitý vesmír, doporučuji, přečtěte si nejprve knihu Strážci, abyste znali ten kontext, abyste dokázali pochopit ty návaznosti.
I say it's the greatest force in the universe. There's nothing greater than it. Has absolute power. It can answer any question anybody wants. It can also have instant healing of anything. And I didn't know what to call it. I began calling it the subconscious because I didn't have a name for it. And they said, we don't care what you call us. We don't have a name anyway. We'll work with you. But some people say we are communicating with the higher self, the oversoul, the higher consciousness. Some people call it the universal consciousness. But all of those names mean something big and huge. And that's what we found a way to communicate with that. So I call it the subconscious. You make a contract when you come in. And in this contract, you also make an exit plan. So all of this is planned before you ever come into the life. So the person is ready to go on. They have completed their mission. They have completed everything they were supposed to do. They don't know this consciously, but it is part of a plan. So the person who is grieving doesn't understand that. It's time for them to go. They are going back home. And you have to continue with your life as part of your plan and your contract. Anyway, the first thing they say is, "Oh boy, I'm out of here. I'm going to get to leave. I can go home." And I've found you are never alone. This is one of the greatest fears people have. They think when they die they're going to be alone, going into the great unknown. That's not what happens. You are never alone. This planet is the densest, it's the most difficult planet to live on in the universe. It's the densest, the heaviest, and we're at the bottom. You can't go any lower in density energy than Earth. So these beings come to Earth, they can't take that density. It's too much for them. So this is why they created the little grays. They are robotic beings. Now, if we think of robot, we think of mechanics. It's not. It's a biological created little robot. They are modeled after the 7-foot grays that are on the big motherships. That's where the laboratories are. And you know, we're going to create a robot to help us. We're going to make it look like us, aren't we? So we'll have little beings running around. But they have created these to do the work because they are not affected by the density. Next morning, there was a crop circle, and the motion detectors and the infrared didn't pick up anything. So what I found is they are made by energy. Some of them are beautiful, complex designs. And over the years, I've seen them getting more and more complex. Because what I've found is that the crop circles are a language. Now, with our subconscious mind recognizes symbols. Symbols are very, very old. They go way, way back before mankind even had language, before they had words, they had symbols. And these symbols are so extremely old that the subconscious mind recognizes them, knows what they mean. So most of the crop circles you'll see will have an embedded message in them. It is a language. And as the language people understood the rules of reincarnation, there would be no prejudice. There would be no judging. Because you would know you have been these religions or these races, or you were going to be. If you're too judgmental, guess what you're going to come back as? The very thing that you were prejudiced against or the very thing you were judging. That's how karma works. And I've seen it time and time again in the sessions that I do. You have to be on the other side of the coin. That's how karma works. So if we knew that, we wouldn't be judging. We wouldn't be prejudiced. Of course, they said if everybody knew these things, there wouldn't be war, there wouldn't be violence. We would have heaven on earth if we could just understand this. This is where we're headed anyway, is to where it's all supposed to end up eventually. But then you have to be everything.